Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How's everybody doing this Sunday morning here at the rail yard? Wow, man. That it takes a minute off to really explain what's going on here. I thought about it not to say much about it, but I'm going to, because now it's becoming a problem. It's becoming quite normal. And me dealing with some form of law enforcement, is causing some kind of great concern. The woman, Atatiana Jefferson, shot down in her own house, down in Texas. It's another situation. This is going on. It's another day, it's another tragedy. And this is becoming all too frequent. There's protocols and everything that needs to be, followed. And there's things. It's a lot of things to see. I'm at a loss for words here. I'm truly at a loss for words, because again, it seems like it's becoming routine here. Alright? How could you make these kind of mistakes and you're a police officer? Because the way it's looking, it seems like it's becoming rather deliberate. Alright? And it's making a lot of good characters look bad. Alright? You coming in people's houses. Alright? You coming up in people's houses, you blamping them. And turn around and say you fear for your life. What is the reason? It's just a whole lot of things that's going on with this. I'm really trying to make sense of this whole thing here. Oh boy, he got flipped and stuff, man, because he testified against the cop, Amber Geiger. How do you not know, how can you not know your own apartment from somebody else? I don't understand. If you are a police officer, you're trained, and you should know, the common sense, to not make simple mistakes. This is where we are right now. We're making all these different, not we, but if you're a police officer, you're in any kind of law enforcement. I do security, for the New York and Atlantic through WatchGuard. I'm gonna leave it at that. But I know that, I can decipher certain things and, certain powers. So that way I'm not treading on just anything, encroaching on somebody's rights. I do know that, people cannot come in the rail yard. It's federal property, Railway is federal property, yeah. But, as far as an actual municipal police officer, there's things out there you should know, and there's certain powers out there, certain responsibilities you have to exercise. Certain types of common sense. When you're off duty, and when you're on duty, understand about vigilance. Was there a reason why you had your weapon drawn, to do what you did? How do you explain that? And what's going on with citizens' rights? People live in certain places. Alright? They live in their own house. We're not even comfortable in our own homes. At one time, there was a time where people would feel safe around police officers. Now we can't feel safe. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign for law enforcement. And I'm gonna say it's much more than just saying, look, y'all gotta do better. Okay? We cannot just go by saying, well, they gotta be retrained. None of that. Okay? Some things out there you just cannot make excuses for. Can't go with it. Now, the situation has got so out of hand. Then not only that, neighboring cities, Dallas and Fort Worth, what's next? All right. This is going on constantly. Over and over and over again with the daggone law enforcement. And it's not healthy. It ain't healthy. It ain't looking good, man. Usually I would talk about, trains or whatnot. I would talk about trains or whatever. But how can I talk about trains when I'm seeing, mistakes with law enforcement? Okay, it's a concern. It's become a big concern to me. It's becoming a very big concern. And, it's to say that it's too simple to say, there's got to be changes. Of course, there's got to be changes, but there's a lot more that has to go along with that. All right. Here's some kind of deep-seated reason to why these daggone incidents are happening again and again and again. It's senseless. I don't know what it is. Okay, you're not using an egalitarian type measure, okay, to protect the citizens. Now the citizens out there need protection from you guys. What's up with that? Do I gotta fear, keep it, be daggone, doing my little trains or whatever, messing around with that. My little hobby or whatnot. Maybe doing my writing. Okay, I gotta fear getting my door kicked in and me getting, popped up. What's going on? How we looking? What's good? Are we bringing our home stress life on board into the job, and now it's being imposed onto, onto the citizens? What's up with that? A lot of questions, man. A lot of questions, because there's a lot of mistakes that's happening right now, with law enforcement. And, I'm kind of reluctant to even call it a mistake, because it seems like it's deliberate. Because it's happening all too often. Okay? And then not only that, right now we're living in a society where it seems like nobody's taking, accountability for their actions. For instance, look at that little kid, that colorful head kid, Tekashi 6ix9ine, and several other characters out here. Okay, I don't like them. Why? And also with certain forms of law enforcement. Why do I have a problem with it? Because people are not taking into consideration on personal responsibility. You do something, you gotta own up to it. Okay? If you was with it, if you did it, go ahead and eat that, man. That's your recipe. That's you right there. You gotta eat that. You gotta take responsibility. It's what it is. You put yourself in a situation, you should be man enough to go ahead and solve that problem. Take up responsibility. Don't throw everybody else under the bus. Okay? Don't cover nothing up. Okay? If you was involved and you took that extra mile to do whatever you had to do, and stuff, man, do what you did. Okay? And it's affected several other people. You should be man enough to take responsibility of your own actions. You should be able to be accountable and responsible for your own actions. If not, I can't see you as a stand-up individual. You're not real. And law enforcement, come on, man. You are supposed to be the front line. This can't be happening. It's a lot more to it. A lot of people going to be blogging about that. It's Abdul Kabir. Peace.